Hey everybody, welcome back. Today, something happened. I received in the mail a very special package, something that I've been waiting for a little while, and I will tell you exactly what it is. We got today a Super NT. This is another one of those magical FPGA machines, and I'm excited about this one because we can play directly with our Super Nintendo controllers without the need of an extra adapter or anything like that. And we can also load all of our ROM hacks. And as you guys know, I play Super Mario World ROM hacks, Kaizo Mario. And in order to use that, in order to play those games, I've been using my Mister, but I also been using emulators, and that's okay. You don't really need to spend a lot of money on things like that or extra gear. But in the case of the Super NT, it's something that I really wanted because this thing was discontinued in 2022, I believe. It's over a year since it was discontinued. And I've been looking for one all over the place, but it's been super difficult to find and track. You can find a bunch of them on eBay and sites like that, but it is really expensive. People are scalping with those prices incredibly. I believe the original price for the Analogue NT, Super NT, was $200, $199 or something like that. You can find those on eBay right now for 500, 600, even, 1,000 something. It is so expensive right now that it would be ridiculous for me, who already has a Mr. FPGA, to buy something like this. But thankfully, a member of my community on Twitch had a couple of these in stock, and he was able to sell this one to me for retail price. So I'm very excited about this. We're going to be unboxing this today, and I'm going to show you how to do the jailbreak so you can load an SD card to the Super NT with a bunch of ROMs and all the games that you have backed up from your original cartridges, of course. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and here we go. Thank you so much. So let's start right now with the unboxing of the Super NT. Now, let's see what we have in the box. So the first thing is to remove this plastic. This is a nice wrap that it has. This is a brand new Super NT, and I'm so thankful for the member of my community who was able to procure this for me. Now on this side, we can see now, here it is. Its texture is a very nice feeling box. And the first thing is that you can see that there is like an engraving of the Analogue logo. And there's some information there on the box. Now on the other side, there is a little bit of a barcode, and here's the information of the things that are included in the Super NT, 1080p FPGA, and what it comes with it, digital copies of Super Turrican and Super Turrican 2, a couple of cables, and the power supply for USA and Japan. So nothing for Europe. I am based in Europe, so I will have to get my own plug adapter, I guess, for the console. Now let's see. Here it is. This is the black version of the console. This is the one that I was able to get. They come in different models and colors. There is a transparent one, a white one, and there is a Super Famicom and a Super Nintendo. Now here is the black one, and as you can see, you have your cartridge port right there, and you can load original SNES cartridges with no problem whatsoever. It's okay. It feels fine. It's good quality plastic. Now the power button, a little clicky, and the reset button as well on the other side. There is no eject button. There is a LED there for when it's powered on. Let's check out the sides. Here are the Super Nintendo ports. It comes only with Super Nintendo original ports. That's port number 1 with a little notch, and port number 2 for controller 2 with 2 notches in it. And on the other side, this is the SD card reader. We will be using this later for the jailbreak. That's later in the video. I'm going to show you how that's done. And on the back, we have the HDMI port and the micro USB port, which is what it uses for power. It's not ideal, it's not a great port, but as long as you're not moving it around, unplugging it too much will be fine. And at the bottom, we have this kind of rubbery, anti-slippery mat, I guess. It feels premium. It feels like a really high quality. It's very well done. The whole console feels super robust and different textures all over. So yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Now let's see what else we have here in the box. We do have a little manual, like a little booklet thing. This is a little explanation of Super Turrican and some schematics for what the console is about. This is it's pretty nice, but it's nothing more than some random information about that. And that's it, you know. Celebrate and explore the history of video games with the Super NT. And yeah, like I said, some schematics of the Super NT console. Let's see what there is there. There is a little box of goodies, it feels like. And yeah, I think that's it. Nothing else. On the box, which feels super premium, by the way, it's really soft. It's this weird, soft, rubbery texture to it, even though it's cardboard. Let's see what we have inside. We do have the first thing. Let me get this out. This is the power supply adapter. This one is for certain regions that use this, like the US, most of the Americas in general, and Japan. But this is not what it is used in the UK or in the EU. So if you are in those regions, then you will have to get probably something like a cell phone charger, as long as you have and you're able to provide the 5 volts and it should be fine. I think 2 or 3 amps will be recommended for this, but yeah, it has the logo on the other side. Now let's see, what do we have in the box. Yeah, one of these silicone things. But we also have 2 cables, and that's it. 2 cables. Now this one that I'm going to show you right now, this is the charger cable. So it's a micro SD, as I said before. Micro USB, sorry. That, like I said before, it just goes to the console, to the power plug, and that's about it. And the second cable, which is a little bit beefier, is the HDMI. Very, very nice. It feels really good, and it has the Analogue logo as well. Now let's move on into the jailbreaking part of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Now the first thing is turn on your console. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take an SD card, and this SD card doesn't have to be any specific size, except that it has to be minimum 2 gigabytes. We need to format that card in a file system called FAT32. And if we do it in FAT32, if the card is less than 32 gigabytes, we can do it through Windows. But if it's bigger than that, you need a special external program. I am going to link those below in the description. Now let's get started with what we need to do from Windows. So on the left side, we have some files that we already downloaded. And on the right side, we're gonna have the SD card. But first, the files that we need. Now, in order to check on the files, the first thing that we need is from this webpage, which is the official releases of the Super NT. I will link this in the description below, which is this address, the GitHub. And from this page, we are going to download the latest one, which is the Super NT Jailbreak 7.2. Now, if we go back here, we're going to see that Analogue JB has already released, but it's the same firmware. So we can safely just grab the ones from here. So we're gonna grab this one from here. You can find here in Assets, click on the little arrow, and you download the zip. The second one that we're going to download is the 6.9. from August 9. We're going to download this one as well. Here, assets, and we're going to download them. Once you download them both, we're going to have them here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to unzip first the 7.2 version. So we're going to take the 7.2 version, we're going to open it, and we are going to just copy everything right here. So we have everything already uncompressed. The second thing is that we need to now format our SD card. So we're going to take our SD card, which is drive E, and we're going to format. In this case, I'm using a 16 gigabyte card, so it's not too big, so I can use Windows. If you're using an SD card larger than 32 gigabytes, then you need to format it using an external program. I'm going to format the disk. As you can see, it's a 16 gigabyte. It has to be in FAT32. This is very important, FAT32. It doesn't matter the volume label. We're going to name it Super NT if we want to, and then we're going to just give it a good old format. And it should be complete, fairly easy. And now we have our Super NT format here. So here we're gonna come here, we're gonna copy all the files, and we're gonna move them all, or we're gonna copy them all to the SD card. Now that they have been copied, all we have to do is remove the card, remove the SD card, and we are going to test that now on the Super NT. We put the card, we turn it on. And here it is. Now everything is ready. As you can see, we have new options now in the Super NT. We have browse our SD card. We have more tools as well, such as copy SNES, which is the one that allows us to, the application that allows us to dump our cartridge into ROMs. And we can also play as PCs if that is what you want. We can come here and browse our SD card and save your game progress. You must return the file menu during gameplay by pressing down and select. If you power your system off without doing this, you will lose your game progress. This message can be disabled in system menu options. This is very important in case you are playing from your SD card and you want to save. You always have to come back to the menu, so everything is written in your SD card, because your SD card does not write automatically as you play. If you are playing from the SD card. If you're playing from the cartridge, nothing is changed. Everything is exactly the same. And as you can see, we have now different files in different folders, and we can check our games here if that's what we want. So everything seems to be working, everything seems to be in order. So what we can do now is turn off our Super NT. We're gonna bring back our card. As you can see, this is a Super NT card. Everything has been copied. We don't need this bin file anymore. We don't want this to do it again. So what we're gonna do right now is that we're going to delete this bin file from our Super NT card. Just delete that so it doesn't do it again. And this is why on the BIOS file there is nothing, and this is why I asked you to download the 6.9 version. So we're gonna now go back to our files and we're gonna open the 6.9 zip of the firmware. Now you have it here. If you go to the BIOS section, you're gonna find an amount of bin files. These are the BIOS. So we are going to take these files, we're going to extract them into the BIOS folder here. You can check the other files if you want to, but that doesn't really mean anything. And we're going to take these files and we're going to copy into SD card BIOS folder. Now you have all the BIOS there. Here you can select a new font. If you want to put a specific font in your Super NT, you want to change it for a different font, then you can use this with no problems. And if you want to just start using your games, what we are going to do is that here, from the root, we are going to copy our games here. So the first thing is that we can create a new folder called games. and we're gonna copy games to that folder. Now we're gonna copy our games. We have a couple of games here that we're gonna copy into games, and then you can drop them. You can create subfolders, you can create folders by the letter, you can create them by whatever you want, by genre, of whatever you want. So we're gonna take our Donkey Kong Country, The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, and Mega Man X, and we're gonna copy those to our SD card in games. I'm gonna move them there. They should be fine, and everything should be now ready. So what we're gonna do is now we're gonna remove the SD card again from the system. And we're gonna go check out in the Super NT now. We are back to the Super NT, and now we can browse our SD card and see how it works. Let's go to the SD card. Now we're gonna come to games, and here we can select all the folders that we have. In this case, The Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong Country, or Mega Man X. Let's pick Mega Man X and let us run it, see how it works. And as you can see, is the game running. Now, if you want to go back to the menu, all you have to do is press down and select. You will be back to the menu right here. And you can select another game if you want to. Let's check this out. And the same applies every time. Down and select will open this menu. You can go back and you can select a new ROM that you have installed in your SD card. It should work perfectly now. And there you have it. That concludes how to jailbreak your Super NT. Now you're ready to copy all of your games in your system, and it should all be good now. Alright everybody, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video, hope you enjoyed the unboxing, and now you know how to jailbreak your Super NT as well, in case you have one of those. If you're interested in any of the content, like I said at the beginning of the video, you can watch my stream at twitch.tv/dangle. I hope to see you there. Thank you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.